This content creator is dangerous and needs to be stopped. Do you like that?
And it low-key makes me a really stinky bad person, a horrible person. And to laugh at someone's downfall, but
Welcome to the video. Today we are going to talk about a creator that you may or may not have heard of, and if you have, I feel very sorry for you. Sensitive Society is a creator who's been making content for around 7-ish years or so. His content mainly consists of essentially just roasting anyone he can and just yapping about everything. I personally believe his content is absolute doo-doo. It's lazy, he has awful takes, and he is a clout-hungry goblin. And today, I just wanted to take a look at his channel to see if we can draw any different conclusions than just, he's bad. Speaking of one thing I think that's bad about him,
I don't think I went hard. It wasn't even a mean-spirited video. It was just something to laugh at.
now not to say that I'm the pinnacle of content creation, but his channel just looks awful. His videos are never consistent. The thumbnails aren't consistent. The audio is never consistent. It is just really low effort. And he has even admitted this.
Yeah, you're damn right. It's lazy content, and I've said this many times. I don't know how this is an insult. Like, I've never hidden the fact that it's easy, lazy content to make.
And he's not lying either. There's nothing going through that head to make that content. And I'm not trying to dog on people who make the gameplay commentaries. That is a fair way to make content. And not everybody has to show their face to make YouTube videos, but a lot of the roasting that Sensitive Society does to other creators talks about how they look while his face is fairly unknown.
I mean, if I look like you, I will probably kill myself. And it's people who look like this, who are everything wrong with society. Kids don't do drugs, kids don't do steroids, or else you're going to end up looking like the Liver King, and no one wants to look like the Liver King. Not then, and especially not now. If you look like this, I don't think you should be speaking. When you yourself are not even mid, you're like a 1 out of 10 on a good day. I don't know about my dad, but I do know about your mom. Her head game is crazy, bro. And this is how they look like. Most of the people who don't like me, they all look the same. They all look like Twitter rejects. It's always motherfuckers who look like this who don't like me. If you're like 22 years old and you look like you're 45, why does she look like the most boring person on planet Earth?
But you know, I dug into that Instagram a little bit. He's a dude. Looks like he used to be a little chunky. I wonder if that insecurity has plagued any of his videos. He will also just literally make a video about anything he finds. Not that that's inherently bad, but whenever you just look for stuff to shit on, it kind of gets annoying a little bit. And it kind of shows that you have no nuanced take on really anything. It honestly seems to be like a thing he just kind of does for clout at this point. For example, he recently made a video talking about a conversation that iDubbbz and his wife had on their podcast that they have together. And it was just kind of sad. He just kind of is yapping. Let's take a look at that.
This is iDubbbz's dating advice segment. Ooh.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
8 seconds in, and we're already starting off horribly.
iDubbbz has literally said nothing up to this point. He literally just played this section of the podcast to pause and say, hold up, before we actually start looking at this. Like, what could you possibly have to say already about this? I'll explain the next minute of this video. Don't take dating advice from YouTubers, especially iDubbbz. That's all he says for an entire minute.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you bagged a cool one. Tell me how.
I don't believe that. I don't
like
believe
bagging advice. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some bagging advice.
Huh?
I heard this piece of advice. First, it started as like a advice on how to decide on what home you should buy to get like a lot of value in a home. And this one guy was describing on TikTok is like, I love trains, so I would buy a house near some train tracks. And for me, that would be awesome and wouldn't bother me and my lifestyle at all. Meanwhile, everyone else on the market in the scene, they would be like, oh, I'm not gonna buy this house because I'm afraid that the train will wake me up or it'll be disturbing or something about it. Apply that logic to the dating world when you're looking for a potential partner.
Okay, not so bad. You know, this is getting me motivated to go and raise some women up.
How could you possibly already have a 2-minute monologue to spill about this? Again, all he does in the next few seconds is say, don't take dating advice from TikTok and iDubbbz. Is this really content that people want to watch?
I'm realizing that I'm caring less about body hair.
I think that's my fault.
Arm hair.
Like 4 years ago, I just stopped shaving, and I think you've just had to get used to it.
No, that's not true.
I only shave when I'm doing OnlyFans.
No.
Oh my god, yeah. But this is crazy. This is a crazy era in which we're living in, where your wife doesn't shave for you, but she does shave whenever she sends pictures to other men on OnlyFans. But, you know, put myself in iDubbbz's shoes. Like, I would be kind of upset knowing that my wife doesn't shave for me, and the only reason why she shaves is to do OF content. So, in a nutshell, she's shaving for other men, and not for me, you know, for the husband. And I don't know, something about that is so fucking funny. So what does that say? You know what I mean?
It says exactly what it means. I feel like it's saying more than you are. What the hell does it matter? Obviously, it's a little cringy that they're talking about this on a podcast, but it's their podcast. It's something people talk about. I'm just confused on what the issue is. iDubbbz literally said he has been caring less and less about body hair, and for some reason Sensitive Society decides to take this as a chance to say, she only shaves for other men, you OnlyFans slut. Should I start an OnlyFans for my cat? Would you buy Poppix? This video just makes him sound like some sort of right-wing manosphere nut job. More on that later. He then essentially tries to insinuate that it's your body, your choice, it doesn't matter, but then says that he's secondhand embarrassed for iDubbbz having a wife that won't shave for him. He said he didn't care. And also, bringing it up this way kind of makes it seem like you think it's inherently a bad thing. But that's just me, guys. Don't forget, he said, if it didn't come from my mouth, then I didn't say it.
If it came from me, I said it, and if it doesn't, I didn't.
So any implication you can make on the words he said are just invalid, because he said so.
Bits I don't even fucking care about, though.
I know.
And why does anyone care about that? They're just the fucking under your arm.
No,
like,
I know.
iDubbbz, some people have preferences, okay? It's fine. Let me be, okay? What do people care? Like, it's just hair. Like, I personally, should I give my opinion on this? I think I should. I think the whole world is asking for it. And before I overshare, I think people are getting way too comfortable talking about stuff that should stay private. I know that you have more hair under your armpits than I do, and that is the reason why I love you forever. That's the reason why I married you, because your hair was longer than mine. Like, honestly, guys, some stuff you just stay within you guys, right? Not everyone needs to hear this. And the only reason why I'm talking about this is, number one, it's funny and it's entertainment. Number two, they willingly put this content out there.
So not everyone needs to hear this. Then quit watching it. If you truly believe that no one needs to see this, then you wouldn't be making a video about this. All you've said is, oh, I have preferences, and oh, you shouldn't share this publicly. Okay. But they did. It's a podcast. They're talking. You don't have to watch the podcast. And then after saying literally nothing of substance about this whole clip, he just goes to look at the comments. And that's probably where I'm going to end it off with this video, because his content is quite frankly unbearable. And the rest of his videos pretty much just follow this format. Either talk about fat people, SJWs, Ethan is online and Nick is not green. Are you helping anybody? What is your content doing? Why are you making this content? I find it very strange that he has the audience that he has, because who is watching this? He also recently made a video about Anthony Fantano. I'm not even really going to go over this video because most of it is just him trying to roast him for being divorced, roast him for being bald, roast him for liking sexy red, and then also roast Anthony Fantano for his excessive Twitter use. The only one that has seemed fair so far. And also in this video, he tries to defend listening to Kanye, you know, the known anti-Semite. Therefore, you could say that Sensitive Society supports an anti-Semite.
Whoopie scoop.
I see good things about Hitler also.
If it's just different opinions clashing and different ideologies, I'm fine. Let's argue. Let's have a back and forth. Let's learn from it.
But also throughout a lot of his content, he randomly brings up Nick is not green, Noah Samson, and most importantly, Ethan is online. He did this in the Anthony Fantano video to explain that people with hexagon glasses are...
I'm telling you guys, people with the hexagon glasses on YouTube, not in real life, have a high chance of being extremely retarded. Ethan is online, Nick's not green, Fantano, I could go on.
But it just truly seems that he cannot stop talking about these people, especially Ethan, all the time, in completely unrelated videos.
It's kind of like Twitter-like behavior. I don't think it's as bad as Ethan is online. And yes, I know content is subjective, but I'm not pulling Ethan is online here and just be like, no, right? Like if this was Nick or Ethan being homeless, like I'll be laughing. I don't take internet stuff personally unless the person says, you know, oh, yeah, this is personal, Oscar, like Ethan is online. Like if I were to fight anyone like Jalen or, you know, Ethan or Nick, like I will be down for that. People are like, yo, did you fucking die? Did you end it all? Did Ethan is online and all of your ops come to your house, beat you up and touch your private parts? Like you have the wrong channel. No, I don't have respect for them. Fuck them. Go watch Noah Samson. Go watch Ethan is online. Go watch Nick Green. All those fucking losers. Number 3, Ethan is online. If I ever die, any of those 3 people are responsible for my death. We've had beef with soy boys like Ethan is online. The only person who tells me what to do is my mama. So I'm not gonna take advice from like weird Kiwi, Ethan is online, Nick's not green, Noah Samson, or whatever the fuck you say.
I would almost say it'd be fair to say that Sensitive Society has their dicks in his mouth. And again, like I said, this was the unwarranted mentions of these creators. That is excluding the video roughly every month or so that he makes about either one of these creators. On June 13th, 2023, Ethan confronted Sensitive Society and debated certain issues. I truly do hesitate calling it a debate. It's mostly just a scrambled mess, and I feel like Sensitive Society never takes a second to critically think about the points that Ethan is talking about. Just kind of tries to blow off any credibility or validity that these questions have. The main point that Ethan tries to talk about refers to his video, "Lazy content is radicalizing people." Ethan claims that this lazy, leafy style gaming commentary videos that are just kind of spliced together in 2 seconds are contributing to the larger right-wing pipeline that there is on YouTube, similar to how it did back in 2015. When Ethan tries to clarify this point, Sensitive Society misrepresents what he's saying completely in real time.
You told people that I was like a getaway into right-wing agenda.
Oh, God damn it, you're paraphrasing me again. I'm not telling you that you are radicalizing people.
That was the title of
No,
the
no,
video.
no, 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 no. I said your content. Because your content still exists on the same platform as Ben Shapiro.
That's kind of a weak argument. Yours does too.
Yeah, but my content counters what Ben Shapiro was saying. You're saying the same things that Ben Shapiro was saying about fat people.
Though Sensitive Society doesn't typically cover politics or watch the news or whatever, he still does make videos having very similar points to Ben Shapiro and other right-wing creators. This is how the pipeline works. You start with someone like Sensitive Society with simple gameplay over some commentary where we're talking about fat people. Or we'll say specifically Lizzo. That video then would lead to that person possibly getting a Ben Shapiro video in their recommended or autoplay, as they talk about it here. If you see a video of Sensitive Society talking about the body positive movement, then you will probably be shown some video where Ben Shapiro watches TikToks of some body positive creators not being able to fit in some kind of airplane seat or whatever, because that's the content that they both make. Beyond this conversation, I feel like there's no point in time where Sensitive Society is genuinely arguing in good faith. He even says that in the intro to his perspective of the debate.
Towards the end, I start trolling. Ethan came into this stream high. I thought, why am I going to be respectful to someone who clearly didn't give an ounce of respect to me? It would be the equivalent if I got on the stream and I got hammered before, right? No, that's not the right thing to do or the respectable thing to do. Ethan was high out of his mind.
He even admits that he was trolling. He says towards the end of it, but if you watch the debate, it's clearly most of the debate. He also tries to frame Ethan as a bad, disrespectful guy for smoking weed before the debate and equates that to getting sloshed off alcohol before going and debating. I don't think you know how that works, buddy. And then we also learn that he was never bullied as a child, and he helped one kid when he was like in 8th grade or whatever, and that's the extent he knows about bullying.
No one
Like,
ever
just-
bullied you and actually called you that.
I've never been bullied in my life.
No, you're serious.
Yes, because I always came with a gun to school.
Also feels the need to say that some creators deserve bullying because they're annoying.
Why do you think this person should be bullied?
Because they're annoying. And when you tell people
Oh, okay.
to knock shit off, when you're like, hey, don't do that, right?
But
And
why do you say that people should be bullied if you were never bullied? Do you think that's fair?
I'll give you this example. If a kid is running like Naruto at lunch at elementary school,
Yeah, beat the shit out of him, kill him.
that's what I will do too. And I will teabag him.
Like, how do you go your life without being bullied by someone? That is impossible. He's just trying to derail the argument so Ethan can't make a bigger, broader point on him. He also does this thing where he tries to essentially call Ethan a pedo sympathizer for wanting to respect, granted, an awful person's pronouns, when it's not about what the awful person has done. It's about the rhetoric behind what misgendering does.
That's what I do. That's what we do on this channel. We're anti-bullying. Everything is okay. It's okay to be fat. It's okay to be obese. On top of that, it's extremely okay to respect someone's pronouns who's a child rapist. Yes,
Child
that's okay.
rapist? Whoa, 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 whoa. We're talking about Christian. Christian's not a child rapist. You just made that up.
No, I never said he was a child rapist. I said he raped his mom.
That's not what you just said. You just said child rapist. Don't lie to me.
And he also kind of insinuates that being fat is not okay. But he says this a lot throughout the debate as well. Another example of him not being good faith is whenever they have this little back and forth of, why do you even have a problem with me?
What even is your problem with me?
I don't know what's your problem with me. I mean, you keep coming after me.
I
like
think
you
you're
made
a
that
useful
video.
idiot
Oh,
for.
yeah,
I think you're a useful idiot for a platform that already enables right-wing influencers to manipulate people to becoming more radicalized. I think you participate in it without even noticing.
Okay, and that's your point of view.
And when
That's
I point it out, you just say no, no, no.
If you're not going to debate in good faith, then why do you feel like your arguments ever have any validity? You have proven that you're trolling. You're not there for an actual argument. You just want to be a reactionary buffoon and make some money off of some content. That's all you're doing, which is also what Ben Shapiro and people at the Daily Wire do. And he also tries to say that everyone in Ethan's orbit, that their content sucks. Dude, you just need to stop that. You are not the judge of good content. Download some video editors. Throw something in there. Be a little funny. Please, for God's sakes.
But yeah, that goes so fucking hard, dude. Now I'm going to go jerk off to myself.
I don't really know what the appeal to this content is. I used to watch Leafy is Here back in 2015. I was 13. I still feel like there's even a difference from Sensitive Society and Leafy. Like, at least there was personality in Leafy's content. You know what I mean? Like, at least he was being a little funny when he was shitting on special needs people. You know what I mean? Not that shitting on special needs people is okay. But his content is, quite frankly, just very boring and not helpful to anyone. He has no nuanced takes. He doesn't care about anything. He doesn't have a worldview about anything other than fat people. And his point and his takes on that are also just dog shit. I just don't think it should be on YouTube. Now, let me be clear. I do not think that he should be deplatformed or stripped from the website. But I do think the people that watch him should probably just stop watching him. Your critical thinking is not challenged at all. I feel like you could almost get more mental stimulation out of Cocomelon. But anyway, that's about all I have to say. If you like the video, tap it with your toe. I hear only like 6% of people can do that or whatever. And also subscribe. Look at the graph. I'm doing the graph now. Yeah, watch me instead of Sensitive Society. And I'm open to a conversation too if that ever comes up. But anyway, that's all I gotta say.